guys, welcome to Rese Inspired. I'm Rese, and thank you for choosing my channel. Now, I know I haven't been posting in a while. I don't know, a lot just started happening between the months of November and December, and I really couldn't get a break and do the things that I really love, including YouTube. Because we're coming to the end of the year, it's my time to reflect, and I thought I should just reflect a little bit on the year, as well as just share with you some thoughts that I've been having. And I thought, you know what, let's have a chit chat and talk about it. So I think the other day I was, writing down, everything that has happened through the year in my life and just reflecting on it. Reflecting on the good and the bad, reflecting on, the things that I've, written down before the year started to achieve, and those that I've achieved without even thinking about them, and some of the things where I didn't achieve my goals, some of the areas where I didn't achieve my goals, and just reflecting on what I went wrong and what are the things that I need to look into going into the new year. And I thought, you know what, this is such a great topic, and I think a lot of people, we go into the new year with all these resolutions, but sometimes we don't just go back and reflect. And I think we should regularly reflect back on our goals and on our plans. So for me, I think one of the most important lessons that I've learned this year is being courageous. This year, when it started, 2022, when 2022 started, I deemed it Glow Up 2022. And for me, this was about glowing up, like, glowing from within and shining that light from within. And just exuding that, not only with the people around me, but with everything that I do. And I thought to myself, where can I start to do that? And for me, the most important thing to start with was my mental health. I knew that there were a lot of things that I needed to align with, where I'm going with myself and just grow from. A lot of childhood traumas that I needed to go back and revisit, and really revisit with the intention of healing. So I started going for therapy and just trying to understand myself, and through that I've learned a lot about myself and a lot about why I do things the way that I do them, a lot about who I am, and a lot about how I treat the people around me and why I treat them the way that I treat them. And that has helped me kind of self-regulate in certain areas of my life, because sometimes you just do things because you think, that's the right thing to do at that moment, but you find yourself, I'm the type of person who likes pouring out to other people, and it's something that I live by, but I've never really looked at how do I pour back to myself. And I find that in certain relationships, friendships, family dynamics, as well as romantic relationships, I would end up looking for certain things, but then not being able to properly articulate them. And I'm expecting that because I give out how I give out to other people, that they would do the same to me. But I had to self-regulate and differentiate between what I am comfortable giving and what I'm comfortable receiving, but also understanding that other people are also in a journey of what they can give and what they can receive, So I had to learn that, a lot of the times I needed to make sure that some of the things that I want from outwards, I need to give back to myself. So that was one of the biggest things that I've learned, and one of the areas in life that I want to continue to cultivate, even going through the new year. And cheers to that. So yeah, basically understanding who you are, understanding why you do things the way that you do them, and also trying to fill your cup back without having to expect other people to fill in, your cup, and then another thing, I think one of the biggest things that I'm learning, but I've unlocked in 2022, is having courage, man. The courage to be yourself. I've learned that throughout the years I have fit in or fought to fit in so much that I've lost the essence of who I truly am. There's certain areas in my life where I dim my light, just so that I can fit into situations, or I would force myself into situations knowing that it really doesn't, fit with the essence of Risi, of who I am. And I think having the courage to really, say, what, this is not for me, and I'm gonna walk away, not because I don't like you as a person, or I don't like, the group or the situation, but because at the end of the day, I need to be comfortable in the spaces that I'm in, and that's not a bad thing as well. So I think having the courage to be in your own space and enjoy your own space, having the courage to really be yourself and being true to yourself and doing the things that you really love, and having the courage to be in yourself. Like, I think with this, an example that I'll make is when I was in primary school, I used to get bullied a lot. Basically primary all the way through high school. Basically, people would say, when you think you know too much, or you think you know it all, you know it all, whatever the case may be. And for me to fit in, sometimes I had to dim that light and not show up as myself, just so that I can relate to other people. Sorry guys, it's so hot. And sometimes I would not ask the right questions, because people would think, I think I'm better than everybody. So I would just keep quiet and sit in the background. But I realized that what, I'm not doing it for anyone, I'm doing it for myself. And at the end of the day, I need to be in spaces, and I need to be comfortable in those spaces. And if me shining makes me comfortable, then that's what I'll do. I'm not gonna dim my light so that someone else can shine. And I think we say this all the time, and living it and realizing it and unlocking it in your mind, and just seeing how it affects your life, and just seeing how just living in your true light can really make such a huge difference in your life. I think that was one of the most profound things that happened to me this year, and I think it's only the beginning of me being comfortable with who I am. I'm still trying to go back to those places where I'm like, no, but here I'm not comfortable, and that's just something that I don't value, and I'm gonna do what I value. There's a lot of those spaces that I need to look into, and I'm hoping that I start shining those areas, going into the new year and beyond that. Like, I want to live that. I want to live life as me, as truly Resegofaditswe, and I'm very excited to seeing that, and I know that it's going to be such a beautiful journey for me. It might not be beautiful for anyone else, but I know it's going to be such a beautiful journey for me, and I can't wait to experience that and just live that, man. And I hope that whoever's watching this, I hope that you find the essence of who you are, and you learn to live that without conforming to anyone else's standards, because that is depressing. Living a life where you're conforming to society standards, where you conforming to societal beauty standards, societal behavior standards, you know, who you should be around people, you know, what type of job you should have, what you should spend on, what clothes you should wear, you know, what type of people you should be around. I think I hope that we all find a place in our lives, or we find ourselves in a place where we are truly ourselves, and we don't really care about what other people think of us, or what other people think we should be, or how other people think our lives should be. So yeah, that's my wish for everybody. I think living authentically you, whatever that looks like, it's beautiful. And I know that sometimes you find yourself in situations where you are authentically you, and it will rub people off the wrong ways because they're not comfortable with themselves. So whatever you do, I wish you all the comfort in the world going into the new year, and I wish you the courage to really live in your true self, with your true self rather. So yeah, that's that. Another thing that I've learned this year is to have fun more, and not just fun outside, fun with yourself also. Just, you know, being in your own space, you know, and just doing the things that you love, you know, or going out with friends and doing the things that you love. And it also ties back to, you know, understanding who you are and controlling and regulating the energy around you. So yeah, that's something that I enjoyed doing. I enjoyed spending time with my loved ones, that is my family, my friends, you know, my relationship. I really enjoyed it this year, and I really appreciate everyone in my life, and everyone made a great impact in my life this year. I think everyone has had their own type of impact onto my life, and I really, really appreciate that. Another thing this year that I had to, or I'm still trying to deal with, is loss. I recently lost a good friend of mine, and it was very sudden. And I don't know when or how I'm gonna, you know, really get to a point where I accept, you know, her passing. But I think that has taught me that I need to enjoy every moment that I spend, and be grateful for every moment that I spend with people, because you never know when the last time is, you know, when you're gonna be with them for the last time. So yeah, that's something that I think I'm still trying to come to terms with. I'm at a point where I still cannot believe that she's gone. I cannot look at her pictures, because for me that brings the reality that she's no more, and I can't get myself to accept that. But I know that grief is a process, and I think one day I will accept the fact that, you know, she's gone. But she left a huge impact in my life. She was the life of the party. She was just amazing. So yeah, I think one day I will talk about her fully without trying to stop myself, because the more I talk about her, the more I realize that she's actually normal. So yeah. So yeah, I think just that. And career wise, a lot happened career wise. I would say career wise 2022 was a beautiful roller coaster. I've been in situations where I've had terrible career roller coaster moments, and I think a lot of people can relate to that. But this year it was a beautiful roller coaster. I learned a lot. I interacted with a lot of people, and I think I can only get stronger from here. And I think every year comes with its own lessons. I just think that from here on out, it's just a matter of me making sure that I am strong in whatever I do, and I ask questions where I don't, understand, and I'll ask for help, whether it's within, the organization that I work for, or outside, or even in my social environments where I have people that I know who can assist me. I think that's the most important part, and that's the beautiful part about socializing and networking, and having a network of people that can add value to you. And I think this year, having the mentors that I have really played a big role in my life. It added so much value, because in moments where I felt like, what, I'm done, this is not for me, I was able to speak to either one or two of my mentors and reflect back on not only the actual work, but also how I'm feeling. And I think having that safe space, and this goes beyond just career, like with friends and with family and with relationships, having a safe space to truly express yourself, and having an open mind to hear from other people and just hear another perspective of whatever it is that you're going through, is such a beautiful thing. And it helps you think about things in a different way, and it helps you see life in a different way. I think also having mentors who've been in the industry, different industries, for that matter, for years, some longer than I have been alive, it has really helped shape me, because I go in thinking that I know certain things, and I find out that I actually don't know. And I think with my character, sometimes it crashes me quite badly. But going back to someone and saying, hey, listen, this is what I think this should be, and they give me what they understand from their experience, years of experience in the industry, and we can come together and or peer mentor each other and learn from each other. That's such a beautiful thing to have, especially as you start with your career. Another thing is learning not to compare my career journey with other people. And I'm saying this because I think a lot of people, through my conversations, with friends, I picked up, and we've picked up that a lot of times we compare ourselves to our peers on social media, on your LinkedIn, and it can put you in a very dark place, because if you look at yourself and you're like, but it seems like I'm not going anywhere, it seems like I'm not growing at the pace that I want to grow at, it can lead you in a spiral of comparison, of depression, anxiety, and all these things. But having a support system where people will be like, hey Bowena, but haven't you seen the other things that you've achieved? Having people who be like, bruh, you've achieved so much, and just reflecting back on your achievements, and just knowing that your path will always be different from the next person. I think that's very important as well, and something that I'm continuing to learn. It's funny because all these things I'm talking about are not new things. It's things that I've always known from a theoretical standpoint, you know. But having to tap into that and saying, okay, I don't want to compare myself, but what does that mean in a practical sense? And how does that apply to what I'm going through now or my life right now? It's weird, because most of the times we will shout, no, I'm not going to compare myself. I'm beautiful the way I am. My journey is different from the other person's journey. But when you sit back with yourself and with your thoughts and with all these theoretical notions, and you try to apply that to your life, like sometimes you're like, yeah, I know that, but how do I apply it? And I think the start of that is really being honest with yourself and really seeing your journey for what it is, the good for the good, the bad for the lessons that you've learned from the bad, you know, and being like, okay, that other person has their own journey, they have their own mistakes that they've done and they're learning from, and you know, the good things that happen to them and that they are learning from as well. So that means that I also have to focus on how my journey and all the steps that I'm going through are shaping who I am in my career, in my life, with my friendships, my family, and my relationships, you know, and knowing that the pace is not going to be the same, because you might be succeeding in one thing in the public's eye, or in the social lens. You might be succeeding in one thing, and you're gonna show us the one thing that you're succeeding in, and you're not gonna show us the thing that you are struggling with, right? And for me, it might be the total opposite, and I might be just focusing on the fact that, oh, you are focusing on this thing and I'm failing on that specific thing, but I'm not focusing on, okay, but then the other thing I'm excelling and I'm doing great, you know. So that's how life is. I think sometimes we are in a bad spiral of comparison and feeling that things are not enough. The money you have is not enough. The things you have are not enough. The love that you have is not enough. You are not enough. And even when you get to a point where last year you felt like, yeah, this is going to be enough, even when you get to that, it's not going to be enough. We're in a bad spiral of not enough. But we need to learn to be at a point where we're content with the now and what we have now and the blessings that we get from God, and just reflect back and be like, you know what, I'm grateful. And the minute you start being grateful for one thing, you start seeing all these different blessings that are actually manifesting in your life. So I think that's just been my reflection and just looking forward to what the new year would hold for me, and also just the growth mentally and the growth around me, and with appreciating everybody around me, appreciating the experiences, even the hard ones. And that's funny because you appreciate them in hindsight, not as they're happening, but just, you know, being comfortable with who you are, having the courage to be yourself, and also investing in your mental health. So that's just been my year. There's a whole lot of other things that, you know, I think I've seen and reflected on, but I'm not gonna reflect on every single thing. I think these are the most important and general things that I thought I wanted to share in this moment. And yeah, just with that, wishing everybody a happy new year. I hope that everybody has a fantastic festive and crossover, and I hope that, you know, you reflect back and you see the good that has happened in your life, and you learn the lessons that the challenges have also brought in your life. And I wish everybody success and abundance for 2023. let's have a shining 2023. So I'm deeming 2023 my shine year. Shine 2023, that is for myself, and whatever wish you have for 2023, may it come to fruition for you. And yeah, that's it for me for the year. I think I'll see you next year, in the beginning of the year next year, with more content. I think my dream with this channel is to have a more curated content, you know, just to refine what I mean by lifestyle, what I mean by inspiration, what I mean by fun, and just, you know, bring that to you, and just interact more with you guys, and, you know, find out what you guys love and what you guys would like to see, and try to work together to bring the best content. And yeah, so yeah, I have some clips that did not make it to this channel from the past 2 months, and I'm just gonna play those clips now, and I hope you enjoy them, and I hope you enjoy your festive seasons. I will see you guys in 2023, and Happy New Year. Mwah.
I'd give a lifetime of stability, anything you want me. Nothing is impossible for you. There are no words or ways to show love. All the thoughts I'm thinking of, cause this life is all I feel deeper still, and always wish all this love for you. Every note that I sing, every word I'm gonna say, every melody I feel, it's only for you and your appeal. Every place that I ride.
What para ni suit?
Come on,